have a distinct dream. 3D printed heels. So let's talk about 3D printed shoes really quick, because I'm hardly the first person to think of it. There's quite a few free models that you can print yourself at home, like this collection by Recreus, complete with sneakers, sandals, and even a bag. There's these heels I really like I found on Thingiverse, or these wedges by our 3D printing queen named Wu, which has a secret pocket in which you can hide stuff. Personally, I would put snacks in it. I guess what I'm saying is making shoes on your 3D printer is a well-explored topic. I was actually really inspired by Seth Aaron of Project Runway fame in his collaboration with Feats 3D. Do you guys remember Feats? I feel like 3 years ago, it was really big in the 3D printing scene, and then when I looked them up for their video, I think they're gone now. Their site's down and their Instagram just says reinventing themselves, so I hope they're doing well. Anyways, I really like these shoes because they're not like aggressively 3D printed and look slightly more practical than ones I've seen thus far. I like to look at these shoes and might actually wear them. So when designing my own shoe, it got me thinking, I don't feel confident I can model a whole shoe. So what if I took a shoe, sawed off the heel, and then attached a 3D printed part to create a new shoe? Nay, make that part interchangeable, the ultimate 3D printed heel. I give you Exhibit B. We're gonna destroy them, but don't worry, they were on sale. Get a good look at these puppies, because this is the last time they're gonna look anything like this. Ah! Also, look at this. That's why it took so long, because the plastic is actually thick as heck. So the modeling of these heels was a little bit of a mishmash. I ended up using Tinkercad, Fusion 360, and Meshmixer all at different points. The first step was to essentially recreate the heel that was already there. So I took a bunch of pictures and imported them into Fusion 360, and that helped me model around what I was trying to build. So originally I just tried to recreate what I had. The way it works is this just fits right inside here. And then we got our shoe. After that, I was like, well, I don't really want 6-inch heels. So I made a version that was the same thing, but shorter. So this allows it to be 3 inches. You can tell it like changes the shape of the shoe a little bit. So this might have not been the best shoe design, but it's definitely still wearable. Once I had that in place, I essentially cut out the middle section using Tinkercad, and then I could put whatever I wanted in the middle. I messed around with some ideas. I was gonna put benchies. I was gonna put like little animals. I decided to stick with classic 3D printing aesthetics, and I went with a Voronoi pattern. Voronoi kind of looks like this, or sometimes this. You've probably seen it before. Basically, it's created when you create a skeleton where all the faces in the mesh meet. Andrew Sink has a couple good videos about how to do Voronoi and Meshmixer that I followed and highly recommend. Not all heroes wear capes. So here's that Voronoi design. I essentially cut out the middle section, did it on that, and then repasted it back into, so the top is still the same, but the middle is all messed up, and then I actually have a bottom. That just pops on there. I think this kind of looks the most 3D printed, if that makes sense. And then the last thing I did is I used a similar technique. You can kind of see though that I took the pattern here and then pasted it on top here, so this actually goes into the other pattern. So there's a little bit of overlap. And then here I had to copy the pattern over a couple times to like build this. Oh! Yeah! It just broke! I'm a little bit nervous this is actually going to support my weight. I think it will. We'll find out. But if nothing else, it looks really cool. I think this, I don't know if I like this one. I think practically this one's gonna work. This one, I'm not sure, but it does look really cool. So the last thing I've been doing on these is using this kind of sticky shoe thing and cutting out the bottoms of these so they don't slide off my foot when I'm walking. There's a few things that I would change. One is that the original shoe doesn't really fit me that well. I didn't want a 6-inch heel to begin with, so I don't know why I bought one. I think I was thinking if I had 3 inches, it wouldn't be enough to do anything 3D printed, but really it's fine. I was obviously able to change it to a 3-inch heel, but it kind of messed with the ergonomics of the shoe a little bit. And 2, that I did a really bad job of sawing the heel off. Because of that, the heels are kind of unevenly cut, and this makes the additional pieces kind of sit differently. I actually really like the look of the 3D printed heel with the normal shoe, and so I think I might explore this concept more. If anyone has any good ideas for 3D printed heel designs, let me know. And by the time I'm allowed to go to a fancy event with lots of people, I'm gonna have the sickest heel imaginable. So watch out!